Hello and welcome to CKE 10,001's gaming channel. In this video we'll be looking at my Attack on Titan yellow-red meta deck profile. This deck build runs 15 level 0s, 14 level 1s, 3 level 2s, 10 level 3s, and 8 climax cards. The first card we're going to take a look at is Beyond the Walls Eren, which is a search brainstormer. Continuous. During your turn, your other character in the middle position of your center stage gets 1000 power, and the brainstorm effect is act, pay 1 restless card, and put 4 cards from the top of your deck into your waiting room, and then for each climax revealed, you search your deck for a core character, and put in your hand and shuffle your deck. So it's just to help, search out key cards in your deck, and you're running 2 copies of this. And then the other brainstormer I'm running is Single Ray of Light Mikasa, which is the salvage brainstormer. It has 2 effects. The first effect is auto. During the attack phase, when your character moves to another stage position until end of turn, that character gets 500 power on the following ability. Continuous, the character facing this card cannot side attack. And the second ability is activate brainstorm, pay 1 restless card, reveal 4 cards from top deck, put them into waiting room. For each climax revealed, choose up to 1 character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. So this will help you get any pieces in the waiting room, characters from the waiting room to your hand, and it gives you options. And then the next card I'm running is 2 copies of 104th Cadet Corps class Krista. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can pay 1, take a hit. If you do, choose a level 1 or lower character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. You usually use that effect to get like Eren level 1 combo or the Armin to mill mobility gear. So that's 2 copies of that card. And then I'm running 2 copies of Paving a Way for the Future Mikasa. Auto, at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you may put the top card of your deck into your waiting room. If that card is a core character, you may move this card to an open position of your center stage. So I'm running this card to help mill cards into the waiting room to combo off the Krista. And then I'm also running 2 copies of the trial deck card Honor on the Battlefield Eren. It has 2 effects. The first is when this card direct attacks, choose one of your other characters, and that character gets 1500 power until end of turn. Second is auto. When this card becomes reversed, if this card's battle opponent is level 0 or lower, you may put that character into your opponent's stock. If you do, put a card from the bottom of your opponent's stock into your opponent's waiting room. So it's a stock reverser. And then I'm running 2 copies of Until Dying Breath Connie. Its effect is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can put the top card of your deck into your clock. If you do, choose a cost 0 or lower character in your opponent's center stage and put it into your opponent's stock. If you do, put a card from the bottom of your opponent's stock into his or her waiting room. So this helps get rid of any troublesome cost 0 cards at level 4, like level 1s or level 0s. And then I'm running 3 copies of To Seize Freedom Armin. It has 2 effects. The first is continuous. If the number of cards in your hand is 5 or more, this card gets 2000 power. Second is auto. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you may move this card to the open middle position of your center stage. And then I'm running 4 copies of Anti-Titan Device Omnidirectional Mobility Gear. Its effect is search your deck for up to 1 core character, reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, choose a card in your hand and put it into the waiting room, shuffle your deck afterwards, then choose up to 1 of your core characters in battle and move it to an open position of your stage. So this helps you tutor a card out of your deck thins, and avoids any combat on the stage. So I'm running 2 alternate arts, the Eren and the Armin art, for a total of 4 copies. And then I'm running 4 copies of My Fate to Bear Eren. It's the level 1 climax combo. It has 2 effects. The first is auto. When this card attacks, this card gets X power. X equals to 500 multiplied by the number of other characters you have with Eren, Mikasa, or Armin in its card name. The climax combo is the second effect. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, if a card named Yellow of Rage is in your climax area, you can choose up to 1 card named Anti-Titan Device Omnidirectional Mobility Gear in your waiting room, return it to your hand, and this card gets the following ability until the end of your opponent's next turn. When this card is frontal attacked, you may return this card to your hand. So it's a good combo, gets you an event that can also search characters out of your deck and avoids any reverses, so it denies any level 1 reverse combos for your opponent. So usually you want to hit level 1 first to get this off. Then the next card I'm running is 4 copies of Single Ray of Light Armin. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may reveal up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. If you revealed 1 or more cards, you can choose up to 1 yellow character or a card named Anti-Titan Device Omnidirectional Mobility Gear among them, put it into your hand, put the rest into your waiting room, and then choose a card in your hand and put it into the waiting room. So it gets your mobility gear or yellow Aaron in hand and helps you set up the waiting room for the salvage off the level 1 combo. And then the Krista can get the 1, and then the 1 can get the mobility gear for that setup. Then I'm running 2 copies of Recurring Tragedy Aaron. 2 effects. The first is continuous. During your turn, all your other core characters get 1000 power. Second is activate, rest this card, choose one of your characters, and that character gets 500 power until end of turn. So this can help you power up the level 1 Aaron card to get the reverse if you need that extra power. Then I'm running 1 copy of Indomitable Will Aaron. It has the backup, it has 2 effects. When you use this card's backup, you can choose one of your characters in battle, and that character gets the following ability until end of turn. When this card's battle point becomes reversed, you put that character into their memory. Then my other level 2s are the Aaron Titan, Steady Advance Aaron Titan. I only use this card for its second effect, which is when this card becomes reversed. If the level of this card's battle opponent is higher than your opponent's level, you may put that character into your opponent's stock. If you do, then you put your bottom card of your opponent's stock into their waiting room. So it's a stock bomber for against early plays. And then I'm running 1 copy of Keen Mind Aaron. It has 2 effects. The first is auto change. At the beginning of your encore step, if this card is rested, you can put this card into your waiting room. If you do, choose up to 1 card named Resisting Fate Armin in your hand and put it on the stage position that this card was on. Second is activate, rest this card, choose one of your other core characters, and until end of turn, that character gets 2500 power and the following ability. Continuous, this card cannot be chosen by your opponent's effects. So the second ability effect actually combos to the first one, so you can change during the encore step. So it's a very useful card. And then at level 3, I'm running 2 copies of Resisting Fate Armin. It has 3 effects. The first is continuous. This card cannot be chosen by your opponent's effects, so it's hexproof. Second is all your core characters in front of this card gets 2000 power and the following ability. This card cannot be chosen by your opponent's effects, so they get hexproof and 2k power. And the third is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can look up to X cards and choose up to 1 card from one and put it into your hand. X equals to the number of core characters you have, so on the field. And my next card is I'm running 2 copies of Resisting Fate Aaron. It has 3 effects. The first is if your opponent has a level 3, this card gets -1 level in your hand. Second effect is this card gets 500 power for each of your other core characters. Third is this ability activates once per turn. During the turn that this card was placed on stage, when damage dealt by this card is cancelled, you may deal 1 damage to your opponent. So it's an early play that can deal 1. And then I'm running 2 copies of Until the Dying Breath Krista. It has 2 auto effects. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a level 0 or lower character, put it into your stock. Second auto is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may discard a card. If you do, put the top card of your clock into your stock. So you can get a double stock refund. So you essentially heal for free in terms of stock if you can get both effects off. So that's good to heal with. And then our other level 3 is the finisher for the deck. It's to seize Freedom Mikasa. It has 3 auto effects. The first is when this card is placed on stage from your hand, draw up to 1 card, and this card gets 2000 power until end of turn. Second is the auto climax combo. When this card attacks, if a card named Thank You is in the climax area, you may deal 1 damage to your opponent. Third, when this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you may pay 2 stock. If you do, deal 1 damage to your opponent. So it's on attack, deal 1 for the climax combo, and then your soul damage, and on reverse, you can pay 2 and then deal 1 again. And the last 8 cards of the deck are the climaxes. I'm running 4 copies of Thank You, which is a choose 2 characters, and those characters get 2k power, 1 soul for the level 3 finisher. And then I'm running for the Mikasa. And then my other 4 climaxes are Yell of Rage. I'm running 2 alternate arts, but they both have Aaron on them, so Art A and Art B. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Check EncoreDecks.com and the link in the description below to see an overview of this deck build.